Hey guys, welcome to the stream. I apologize in advance. I do have a cough fit, and I don't know if I can get through this, but I'm gonna try without coughing on the street. it's tough. We'll try to get this out. All right. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Sorry about that. I don't know, this cough came out of nowhere. So I'm like trying to not cough too much on the stream. But like I promised you guys, I did mention that I was gonna do try to do an early stream because last week we kind of abruptly ended the stream because of a little mishap with the belts. But I've since then fixed that, so I'm gonna show you guys. So the belts are ran, so these guys can see. Let me move stuff out of the way and not break parts here. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way real quick that I'm going to be using. Get some stuff cleared. Hey Conley, how you doing, buddy? Hey Nuno. So you guys can see the belts ran. It looks good. You guys can see it. You can hear the motor spinning up there. So the belt is nice and ran. I tensioned them nicely as well too. So everything is looking rather good right now. I'm really happy with the turnout. But look, as you can see, when I talk about 0.9 steppers, this is the stuff I'm talking about. Look, it's not plugged in yet. Nothing is hooked up. As you can see, the wires are still hanging off. But look how much noise they make. These are noisy. Very noisy motor. So that's my only issue with these motors, are they're very noisy. So we'll see if I can tolerate them once we get everything clipper ready for firmware and everything. We'll see how noisy they get. But if they get way too noisy for my taste, I'm definitely going to swap them out for like 1.8 degree motors. So, but we'll see. But welcome guys, welcome. We're going to get into it. This is going to be like a makeup stream in a way. The stream is going to end at 7 because I have another appointment, another engagement after this. So, but I just wanted to make up for that last stream. So we're going to get down into it. So I'm going to remove this for a second. Let you guys see what I did in the background as a test because I didn't want to struggle while I'm live doing this. So I went ahead and I did a test fit of one of the belted Z motor assembly. So as you can see, it's nicely assembled. Everything ran nicely. So yeah, so I got this, in the background just so I know what I'm doing to assemble it. And it's not as difficult to assemble. So we're gonna go ahead and put these extra two together. And then from there, we're gonna mount whatever we need to mount on the frame. So we're gonna go ahead and finish these up. I wanted to save these for when I get on stream here. So didn't want to do everything without you guys seeing exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna turn on my Well, how you guys doing this Monday? How you guys doing? How's life? How's Monday? Monday's always a crazy day, right guys? You get some stuff ready here. I'm going to need my hammer. I'm gonna need this to knock stuff in. We're gonna need the rest of these. What else? We're gonna need these screws. We have heated inserts. So we have everything we need and the extra 2 motors. So we have everything we need to put this together. Hey, Rolahan. Man, trust me, Mondays are always the worst, bro. Trust me, like I hate Mondays. It's always the craziest thing happen on Monday. Trust me, today was no exception to that. At work today, ran into a bit of a little situation there that we had to resolve due to miscommunication. But yeah, Mondays are never fun. All right, let's start working on this one. So typically with this setup, it does require so these idlers here, the two that you see right here, give you the top view, make sure you guys can see what I'm doing here. Show you that top view. So typically these 2 idlers here, if you can look at the top view, you try to do the front, those don't require any washers in between it. There was enough space to not need a washer because it didn't make sense I put washer there. So they're kind of free to kind of, you know, move depending on how the belt path is. They're free to kind of shift a little bit to align with the belt. As far as the gearing, the main gear that's going to move it, this pulley, I never needed a washer because there's so much gap here. If you look, there's a major gap here, but on the CAD, it doesn't show a gap. So I'm not sure what the difference is, what caused the gap, but in this case, I didn't use a washer here. I just used the grub screw to hold it in place and line it up directly with the pulleys. So so I didn't really use a washer on this whole assembly, and just because there's enough space for me to not use it. So it's the same thing for the rest of them. I'm not going to use a washer on the rest of them because there's enough space for me to assemble it and not use a washer. So like I said in the previous stream, that I already pre-ran these because you have to knock. You got to tap the 5mm dowel pins in, so you got to tap it in, and that was a bit of annoying, so I wanted to kind of test it off stream to make sure it wasn't, you know, that I didn't need help. I may need help with this one, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so we're gonna start on one of them. Okay, so just gonna take a look at the CAD, make sure I'm following this correctly. Which one I want to work on. So this goes this way. I'm gonna work on this. Okay. I did went ahead and sand down one side of the dowel pins. I think this is 30mm. No, I think these pins, I got to remeasure these pins. I want to say these are 35mm pins, if not 40. Don't take my word for absolute correctness here, because you might have to look at the CAD to make sure it's the right size. I can't quite remember, but it's between 40 and 50mm, this pin here. And I did use a sander to sand down the side, so that way we have a flat edge for the grub screw to grab onto. So I'm going to go ahead and pop it in right now. I'm trying to figure out which way I want to do this, maybe from this angle. Go ahead and tap it in just a little. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put this, like I said, I'm not gonna use a washer on both sides because it's way smaller. It's way smaller than the regular standard 80mm gearing, so I don't need a washer for it. Make sure I'm facing this the right way. it actually faces, I'm looking at it, actually faces that direction. Trying to line it up so the so it goes in the hole. Might have to top this just a little bit more. I'm not really topping it super hard. I'm just like slowly topping it so it goes through. Let me know if that's coming in super loud for you guys. If it's too much noise, let me know. I don't want to have you guys pick that all up. There's a bearing. There's a bearing in the center here. You see a bearing right there, one of the bearings. So I don't want it popping out and it look like it's like slowly kind of sliding out a bit. So I'm going to try to push it back in place. All right, I'm gonna get a I have a tool that I use to kind of precision pop it in. Let me see if I can find it. It's almost like a hole puncher, but not really a hole puncher. More like a center punch. There we go. Found it. So I'm using this tool now to kind of like hit the back of here. Since my hammer can't pop here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and hold it like that, and then just hit the hammer and try to see if I can get it in. Now this is gonna be a little awkward, so bear with me, guys, because I'm by myself here, and in the background I did use my oldest son to kind of help me out a little bit. So I'm gonna try and see what I can do with one hand. Or two hands here. Oh, it's okay. As long as it doesn't shift, I can kind of pop it in. It's actually hitting out the bearing. Is what I don't want popping out. Yeah, it's pushing out the. It's almost like it's not level. It's kind of pushing out the bearing a bit. Let me see what happens, because I can always pop the bearing back in, but it's being absolutely. This part is a little not as straightforward as I would like it to be. All right. So it went in, but it's a little too far. So I gotta push it down so I can get the other. There we go. Hey, what's up, Ice Potato? You're just on time, man. You're just on time, buddy. It won't be a super long stream. I'm just gonna do this until 7 because I have like other another engagement. But gonna see what we can get done by 7, and then we'll have a regular streaming on Thursday. Oh, there we go. Got it in this time. All right. Got it back in. All right. A little awkward doing this yourself without the assistance, but I don't mind. All right. So now we're gonna put the gearing. Now we're going to put the gearing inside here. So the gearing sits like this, right there. So since I have a little bit of space, I might can knock it out just a little bit, just so I can get it on there. See, this is why you got to pay attention. So guess what I missed, guys? Let me see if you guys can figure this one out. I missed one little step. I missed one little step. Let me see if you guys can figure it out. I'm gonna have to take time and push this out though. Let me see if I can get it. Yes, I'll be doing a stream on Thursday. So yeah, Thursday will be like the regular stream time. So guess what I missed, guys? One thing. This is why I don't like to rush. So pay attention. I even say pay attention. I forgot to add the belt to the actual gearing. So I'm gonna have to pull back the pin out and then add the belt. Then we can put it back in. And I just recognized that I just did that. So now we're gonna have to pull this out, which is not difficult. I'm just gonna have to get on my pliers, see if I can pull it out without hurting myself. I don't know if I can tap it this way. Yep, I can. So right now I'm just trying to knock back out the pin. Got it out somewhat, so I got it out. I just gotta knock it some more. There we go. It's not as easy to pull out, boy, once you started it. So I'm using a lot of strength just to take it off. One thing I noticed too with these type of setups, the tolerance are never the greatest between the hole tolerance. So like sometimes you push it in the bearings, but sometimes the bearings tend to grab onto it a little too well. See if I can use this again, pop it out. Man, this is apologize, guys. I'm using a lot of strength to get it out. Got it out. This is what I should have did from day one. Put the belt in first. Let's try that again. I'm gonna knock it in with the hammer first. Okay. Why is it giving me a hard time to pass the bearing? Maybe I should have rounded the edge of it. Hey Luke, how you doing, buddy? Hey Grants Auto, Sep. I keep saying Seven. Espen. Hey, I welcome.
Sven.
Ven, yeah.
No, Sven.
Okay, well, that's it. Alright, I'm gonna let you say it.
Ask me what it
Oh.
Sven. Is it Sven?
Hey, welcome, Keon. Mobile. Apologize, guys. You guys are watching me struggle here just to put a dowel pin in, but it's not as easy. I'm just like doing it one-handed. Now, when I was doing it with my son, it's of course it made it look easy because I have someone to hold on to it to knock it in a little bit, but okay, so I got that part in. Yeah, I was trying to do that. I was trying to push it against the table, but I got it in earlier, except I forgot to put the belt in place. So it's a matter of just finessing it. I'm pretty sure I'll get it in though. There we go. All 3 times? Yeah, I'm trying to avoid that. Okay, you're not gonna do the same thing again twice on me. Not today. Not today. Got it. Got him. Now I just gotta compress the bearing in that slot. I don't want the bearing to slide out the slot. That's what I'm trying to avoid. American dream. I'm taking a day off with the fam, working on my printer. I only have my ender and tore it apart before checking all my parts. Fitment for Kevin, aka Sam Belton Z mod. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Hey, I really do like that Endo 3, the Kevin Sam Matt mod, Belton mod. I want you. I might do something like that. It's very simple looking, but very clean. You know, I like that mod. I think Modbot did a little video on that and highlighted that that mod, which is pretty clean. Let me finish this up real quick, guys. Just trying to pop this in real quick. I'm almost done. There we go. But not too far in now because I need to put the out of gearing in place. Press this back just a little bit. Just a little. Nope. Need to press it back a little bit more. Tiny bit more. Got the gearing. I just want to make sure the gear is fine before I do any more knocking. Right now I'm just lining it up and trying to make sure it doesn't push out the bearings too much. There we go. Doing this by yourself sucks, guys. I ain't gonna lie, because it's so such a small, cramped space to work in, and to line up the gears. You guys can see what I'm struggling with there. I'm just trying to. There we go. Finally. All right. Nice. All right. Hasn't come out the other side yet, but we're almost in on it. A little bit more to go. See if I can do it this way. That's a little bit better. Alright guys, so there we go, kind of finally got it. Now don't, like I said, there's no need for bearings in between this because it's not as thick as the, I wish I had one of the silver ones. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about, just for reference. So I have two different gearings, as you can see. This is your typical one that's recommended. This is the same 40, 82. I keep mixing them up. 40 or 82 gear pulley. So the difference is that this is just a little thicker. See, like the here, it's a little thicker compared to this one. So you don't really need the washers in between this. Now, if I was using this, you do need a washer. But in this case, it's really small, so you don't really need a washer for this. I decided to go with a black instead of this one because I just really like the look of this one. Kind of looks smaller, but it's really not small because it's the same diameter on the inner teeth as this. It's just that it doesn't have this lip. See this lip? It just doesn't have the lip on here. So that's the difference here. And then this is a little thicker than here. But other than that, it's the same thing. So I'm not going to use a washer in between this. So I just wanted to make that the difference there. Let me catch up with chat here. Let me catch up with chat, guys. A lot of people in chat here. Hold on. Currently running a dual head screw. I'm an ender trying to decide if I want to do a switch wire conversion. No belted Z. If I do the belted Z, then I can use the Y motor and the 5 wheels. There we go, Luke. That sounds interesting though, but why not go switch wire? I will do the full switch wire conversion. That was my plan initially, but it's still not off the table, but it's something I would like to do down the road again. I'm seriously considering switch wire conversion if it becomes necessary to buy the linear rails. I think it's worth it. I mean, especially the fact that I really do like the belted Z mod on the bed finger style printers. It seems to clean up a lot of the Z issues with lead screws. So if you can go a belted Z, even if it's not switch wire, but like that mod that you saw with the belt, just with the belted Z on the switch wire, I will go that route. It just makes the print cleaner, in my opinion. Z is traditionally your axis most sensitive to error. Correct. Ken, yeah, correct. Which system will you give more acceleration across gantry or slide all the drive frame? That's a good question, AI. Which system will you give them more acceleration? Honestly, it really depends on how you assemble it. I would say Quartz Y is just as fast as the cross gantry stuff. Even with all-wheel drive, I would say between Quartz and cross gantry, they both have their benefits. Look at Vez VZ, but it's insane. Like it's insane. But I also believe that the cross gantry stuff can also go just as fast. I just don't know how that will impact those insane accelerations, on how that will affect how that would affect the linear rails after just moving that quick. I mean, there's inertia on that. I mean, a lot of inertia with, physical linear rails go back and forth just like that. So there may be a limit to doing that compared to how you do it with VZBot. But I would say traditional Quartz Y still have a bit of an edge. I just like the way the cross gantry looks. It's pretty different. Looks unique to me, Correct. Less moving mass, better. Yeah, for sure. If you're moving fusion, yep. Versus cross gantry where you're moving all both axes, yeah. We do generally recommend shimming that pulley so that it doesn't move around. Will make your Z potentially less accurate if the shift. Oh, thanks, Ken, for letting me know, Ken. I actually really tightened mine down a bit. I did really tighten it down because I was worried about that in the back of my head of the actual ADT pulley moving. But I really kind of like not to kind of round up the grub screw, but I really kind of tighten it down. So if it shifts, it's gonna shift under some serious pressure. But yeah, I'm keeping that in mind too as well as I go with that. That could be a problem. Hey, Squirrel Brain, welcome, buddy. The build's going good, man. The build's going good. Before I go ahead and adjust anything on here and put the motor on, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing here. I'm just going to go ahead and knock in everything I need to, and then we can put the motor on and just adjust from there. So this one goes like that. Make sure I follow this. Well, let's make sure I'm not messing up here. Alright, so this faces the outside like this. This one was a little bit more easy to get in actually, because I can just use my hand to push it in. There we go. There we go. Come on, be this. There we go. I feel like I need to pop it in just a little bit more because there's so much. I apologize, guys, in advance. I was knocking. One more hard one. There we go. I'm happy with it. There we go. Second one was much easier. All right. Thanks, Kian. Nice to see you, buddy. Hopefully I see you in the rest of the stream, man. I appreciate your input. Awesome. All right. Now we can get to adding the motor, putting the motor in, and lining up everything. Make sure it's all nice and neat. So let's get to that part. Why is that not even fitting? What's going on with this? Okay, all right, that's not fitting. There we go. Now I'm not tightening this down, I'm just kind of having the gear on there, the pulley on there. That way I can kind of slide it up and down as I adjust the belt. Guessing the belt faced this way. All right. Okay. AD with 3D. Welcome, man. I was taking in the stream the other day. Welcome to the channel. Hey, Printeroni, welcome, buddy. Farmer Jim, welcome, buddy. You're welcome, bud. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm fighting with this motor mount because it's supposed to sit in the grooves here, but it's giving me a hard time. Okay. All right, I'm gonna put the 8mm M3 screw in right now just to hold the motor in place. Come on. Behave. Trying to line it up so that way get to the flat side of the pulley. Hey, 007 F, PV, hey man, finally caught a stream, huh? Welcome, buddy. Okay, so I just gotta pull this back a little bit to add tension to the belt. It's not as easy, honestly, guys. I'm gonna have to put maybe that in between it, just to add a little tension to the belt, and then put in the other screws. So I'm gonna have to just run the screws first, and then run tension into the belt. I'm not gonna tighten it up right now. I'm just gonna leave it just a little loose, so that way once I put tension into it, I can actually shift it. Alright, take this, and so basically you need some little bit of tension. I mean, there's tension on the belt already, but I'm just going to push this, kind of brace it back a little bit, and then put a little bit more tension on the belt and tighten it up. If I can do it with one hand, that is. I mean, that kind of worked a little bit, but it's so awkward. Like, I'm gonna have to use something smaller. All right, that worked. I'm also not over tightening it too. I don't want to break anything. It's easy to over tighten into plastic. Yep, has a lot of tension on it. A lot. A whole lot of tension. I just gotta check to make sure the belt and the pulleys lined up. I'll show you guys what that looked like. Might have to bring pulley just a little bit back up, a little bit. That's, say, I'll just move this up a little bit more, I guess. So I like the way the pulley's at. So I'm gonna tighten that up. I'll put that screw. I hope that can round it up. Alright. Now I just gotta shift this pulley down a little bit, and then we're good to go. About to start 600 gram 12-hour print on my Trident. Any tip? Hey, that's a lot of filament. Just make sure you have good bed adhesion. Make sure your bed is hot. I know some people love to print below 100 degrees with ABS and ASA. I'm telling you this. This is for my success. This is where I don't have warping on my parts. And if you ask anyone who purchased any parts from me, look at this, like a big part like this, I have no warping. You want the bed hot. I promise you, you want the bed hot. 110 degrees is what I print at, but you definitely want the bed warm. The warmer it is, the better chance for that ABS to stay down and get the first layer going in, and you shouldn't have an issue. I use smooth PEI. I know a lot of people now use the textured PEI, and they're pretty good. Like, I've had good success with the textured one, but I find that after a while of using it, it depends on how well your ABS or ASA stick. It will take up the PEI with it. Sometimes it take up pieces of the PEI. So I would say the textured one don't last as long as smooth PEI. I prefer smooth PEI. I have really good luck with that. But for the most part, just make sure you get your bed hot. Set your nozzle to a decent temperature. I usually run 240. No more than I don't pass 250 on ABS, because you want a balance between part cooling and how hot you have the filament. Sometimes if you have the filament too hot and you're printing really fast, you want to balance out the cooling, because that cooling can also work against you. It can make the part start warping early. So I usually run my nozzle at 240, and then a medium amount of cooling, just to balance out the cooling to nozzle ratio, as you want to call it. But I suggest those things. I suggest, you know, you don't need to print fast too. You don't need to be crazy fast printing, but some decent speeds, yeah, like, will get you going. So that's my tip. Normally I go 100, but I might go 110 for this. It's Hatchbox ABS. Smooth side has been working great for. Awesome. Yeah, man, the smooth side is great for ABS. Yeah, I would do 110. Definitely do 110 if you want to keep them suckers down, especially printing that much with that much filament. And Hatchbox, I've had luck with them. I really haven't had an issue. So for me, the brands I've used and I've success so far, believe it or not, I tried Amazon ABS, no issues. I've had really good success with Amazon ABS. Tried Polymaker, great stuff, believe it or not. Like Polymaker ABS is good. Not gonna lie. Not to brag on them, but they do make quality stuff. So I like their ABS. I like Matter Hackers, believe it or not. Really like Matter Hackers ABS, good stuff as well. Very low temperature requirement for Matter Hackers ABS, surprisingly. Sunlu ABS is great stuff too. I'm trying to think what else. I tried Hatchbox, pretty decent stuff. Trying to think of who else I've tried. I tried a couple of companies out there. Gizmodorks have really good ABS as well. So I tried a couple of companies that have pretty good luck with their ABS so far. Okay, let me finish up this here because I was just kind of focusing on tightening this down a little bit and make sure the belt doesn't come off. I have to push this up just a little bit to the wall apparently. What I'm trying to do right now, guys, if you guys are curious, I'm just trying to make sure the belt, since there's no lip like this. So this one has these two lips to keep the belt from sliding off. This don't have those lips, okay? So I got to make sure the belt is at least somewhat centered on here, so that way when it's moving, it doesn't slide off with all that tension. So if you see me, what I'm doing right now, I'm just trying to make sure that the pulley on the motor and then this gear here are kind of like lined up in line so the belt stays in the center as it spins. So that's what I'm doing. So it's messing with my OCD because, you know, I want it in the center. So it's definitely freaking messing with my OCD. I'm not gonna lie, guys. That's a little better. Trying to come down with the pulley just a little bit now again. Trying to look at it. I might do no cooling as I have no overhangs. I would say, Farmer Jim, just put a little bit of cooling, even 20%. And here's what I'm saying. Sometimes when you print ABS with no cooling, it leaves little bubbles. Like, you definitely need some cooling, not a ton, but you need a little bit of cooling, because what happens is that depending on how fast you're printing, when it comes back around with the perimeters, it will leave these little melted bubble, like it start bubbling up the side of your walls, and that's because there's no cooling to cool off that that layer, right? So I would definitely put like maybe 20% cooling if you're gonna suggest some kind of cooling. You don't have to go crazy with it, just like 20% on the cooling, just to help the layer cool off a little bit. Because you definitely, yeah, without no cooling, you would definitely get some ugly walls per se. So I would definitely do that. Put a little bit of cooling on it. My problem with the V0 is that the plate itself bends at the corners. Prints. I printed the bed up on it usually. Yeah, I can see, and you know, I can see that. I can definitely see that. With such a small plate, I can actually see it flexing a little bit. KVP is good, but it also $30. Oof, yeah. Yeah, that's a bit much for ABS. Printing all my parts for the Mercury and ABS on open VZBot. I get 0 warping. Oh, using round fix. That's interesting. How do you not manage to get any AI? How do you manage to not get any warp? Could you like elaborate some more? Because I try to print it open, and of course I have to use like a brim when I print ABS open. I don't really do it often, but when I did print ABS open, even with a brim, I still get a little bit of warpage on the inside of the brim, which is strange on the part. So any magic you have, any suggestion, I would like to try printing ABS in the open. I wouldn't mind trying that. I think that'd be cool to try out. Why is it rubbing though? I mean, they got it down in the center, but it's rubbing. Okay. Ah, but it's still going to the edge. Yeah, it's coming out. Whatever. It's not quite in the center, but that's fine. I'm just gonna work. I'm gonna live with it. I'm not gonna sit and worry about it too much. It is what it is. All right. All right, guys. So as you can see, I'm rotating it. As you can see, the belt is in the center. So that's what you want. That's what you want. You want the belt in the center of the pulley. So got it going. So now we got to just do this one here. I'm keeping the ABS inside. I'm keeping ABS in the open on my switch wire right now as we speak. Print a small chest piece, no warping. I'm able to print small things in the open. So as long as they're not long. Ah, gotcha. Well, good to know. Thanks for the 007. Appreciate that. I didn't know. So I'm guessing. So basically, once you print like small parts in ABS in the open, it's fine. But as soon as you start printing like big parts like this, is when the trouble starts appearing. Seems like that's a consensus. Okay, so here we are, guys. So I tightened up this. So now we're good. We just done with one. Pretty easy. There we go. We're not quite done yet. I got to put we got to put key inserts here, which I'm gonna do after I finish this one. Okay, so where did I put the other? Yeah. Okay, thanks for the confirmation. But yeah. Yeah, that's a big print, farmer. So yeah, I would definitely make sure you that you're if you're printing an enclosure, I would definitely recommend an enclosure for a print that big. Absolutely. Okay, very smart. Yeah, putting some tabs on there. Very smart, yeah. Hopefully that print is a success. So you don't have to waste all that filament, man. Yeah, because I've been there, trust me. So, I want to share with you guys who's currently watching. I know this is crazy, but just hear me out. Hear me out. I have to try it for myself. So remember I told you guys that after building this, I kind of want to maybe mess with this or maybe build a brand new printer. But hear me out, hear me out. Y'all gonna laugh, but I just kind of want to know for myself how it behaves, just out of curiosity, because I have so much spare parts. So I kind of want to build a K3, but just blow it up. It's probably not a good idea, but I kind of wanted to blow it up and see what happens, you know what I'm saying? For scientific reason, I promise. Like, for scientific reason, I want to see if some skinny MGM9 rails being like maybe 300 millimeter long, 350, maybe actually 400 millimeter long, and see what happens, you know? Just blow it up, just see exactly what happens. I'm just doing it for science. I just want to know if it worked, because my curiosity has been bugging me for the longest. Like, would it work if we blow it up? It's probably not going to be as fast in terms of acceleration. That's a lot of mass to kind of throw around, but I'm just curious if it's actually, in practicality, if it actually does something. Bad idea, but I want to try it. It's for science, I promise. I'll just show it on YouTube, just see, you know, just for science. I'm just curious what will happen. And I have all time just slapping it in. Like, why is it struggling to get in there? Jeez. Wait, I got some really long time. I printed it into ABS and then allowed me to try to get grim and kind of slight warping. So tried printing with drive shield. It was great, no warping. Yeah, I still get some warping if my enclosure go 45C. Do it. Axe Potato, my man. Of course I want to do it. That's what I wanted to hear. Yeah, it can flow 200 millimeter trident. Most I can get the Jprince up to 50C. Not too bad. Yeah, not bad. 56 is pretty good in a Trident. My Trident hit 60 though. But that's me running about 750 watt AC bed, and I 110. Yeah, it does heat up quite a bit. Do it kind of want my next printer to be cross gantry, but I want it to be larger than 180. I got a couple of things that you could blow up. But not the printer after all. Hard work. I don't know if I'm good at all. Hey, listen. It's for science. Listen, it's for science, guys. I promise. Listen. The worst that could happen after blowing up a K3 is, in my mind, here's my reasoning, because I know y'all are smart out there. Like, I know the size limit is for a reason, and that's to just keep the inertia down a little bit, right? Keep the weight down, keep the frame is pretty rigid, but just keep the inertia and the weight down. But here's what I'm saying. If you blow it up, I know there's gonna be a limiting factor in acceleration, but it won't be as a factor like a Core XY. Core XY, alright, let's say get rid of all-wheel drive. Let's ignore all-wheel drive for a second. Your limitation in a Core XY will be your motors, right? Your motors and the weight of the gantry. That will limit your acceleration automatically, right? Unless you're running like beefy steppers, like 5160s, 48 volts, something like that, some like torquey motors, then you can probably get away with doing that. But the way the cross gantry work, you have 4 motors, 2 pushing your Y, 2 pushing your X. My limitation, I'm thinking the limitation may be is if you're running a hot chamber, so let's say 60 degrees-ish, you're pushing like quite a hot chamber. The only limitation I can think of is maybe the linear rail heating up enough where it kind of create a sag. That's what I'm fearing, like maybe a sag in the middle, like, you know, when you're doing a bed leveling, it might create a sag. That's the only thing I can think of that might run into an issue. And the inertia, like those massive freaking linear rails moving back and forth. That's the only thing that may give me some limitation. But that's what I'm thinking of. If you guys want to put an input on it, you know, but I just want to do it for science. I want to do this. I'm so curious. Yeah, exactly. It's content. Exactly, Expedited. It's content. I mean, hey. Nothing lost, nothing gained if you don't try. Oh, Nuno! Oh, you having issues? Having problem connecting to the printer. I'm having problem knowing what's the ID of the printer. So I'm guessing you probably did everything I did in that video, Nuno. So, is the ID not showing up? Is the serial for the motherboard not showing up? Is the problem? And also, I'm gonna let you guys know. So some of those Android TV box, I found out, make sure if you do attempt, make sure it has a H6 processor, not the H616. Apparently the H616 is similar to the Orange Pi 2. It's the same processor, but the Orange Pi OS won't work with the H616 from the Android TV box. So there's no really major support for the Android TV box with an H616 processor. But if you have the H6 processor, then there's support for it fully. There's like a lot of ambient Linux support for that one. So be careful there. So I want to let you guys know. So if you do attempt it, make sure it's the H6 processor, not the H616. It is not supported. Just to be clear. I'm confused, but okay for science. It's all good, man. I just want to experiment, man. That's it. I just want to experiment with just blowing it up. I'm just curious, like, what blowing it up would do. Because, I mean, think about it. If I blow it up, but you still can get decent accelerations out of it, but it's bigger. I mean, I think that's pretty cool. I'm just curious, you know. Okay, this is a trouble again. Now, for some reason, it won't slot into that. It won't be able to slot into the. There we go. Okay. I've tried some commands and I know the box is recognizing the printer, but I don't know what the ID or what I have to click on my face. Huh. I really didn't do anything different other than for me when I was installing it. As you can see on the video, all I did was use QI. I always say that QI. Other than using that, I didn't really do anything different. Hey, what you can do? Hey, Nuno, what you can do? If you don't mind messaging me over my messenger, Facebook Messenger on my either my page, my Golden Jaguar page, I'll help you out. You know, in the background, I'll come and help you out. I assist you, man. I don't mind doing that. So maybe after the stream in a little bit, we can get together and I'll help you out. We'll try to work on it. Alright, I'm not going to tighten this up yet because I got to tension out the bracket. Alright. There we go. Nicely done. Oh, I see what you're saying. So when you send that command, it doesn't show. but it's connected. You know, sometimes, all right, so I had an issue where I had to run a different RBM build. I'm gonna try to see if I can link that. Yeah, just hit me up. Hit me up on Messenger. I'll send you a link to a different RBM build that I know is compatible with that specific processor you're mentioning, and see if that works. Because I know sometimes the builds were the issue. Some of the RBM builds were giving issues. So yeah, that's something we can definitely work on for sure. I'll help you out, man. We'll get it going. Trying to get this thing centered again here. Anyone having experience with single printers? I've seen those printers, second printers. I've no experience with them, but they look pretty cool. They look pretty rigid, I'm no lie. They look really cool. Thank you, buddy. I was hoping to find some good music for you guys. I appreciate that. Farmer Jim. Ask Cowboy1, would love to build one of these. Big fan of your Voron mod, spot on. Appreciate you, buddy. Welcome to the channel as well, too. Alright, got a second one, second and final one centered down. Get it as I got it as centered as I can. So as you can see, did the best I can with this. I might play with it back in the background a little bit, but it is as centered as I can get it. So I just gotta anchor this down, this last bit down, and I think we're good. All right, there we go. So all three are done, so you guys can see them. There we go. They look really good too. Whew. All right, I guess that's what I could get done in the meantime. On Thursday, we'll pick up back where we left off here. Like I said, I'm not going to do anything without y'all. This is going to fully be done on stream, other than like some few little things. But I will say this. The build so far for me, it's a very interesting printer. The fact that there's no manual, if you're not really good at building printers, I can see this being a little bit difficult to build. Just because you have to look at all the CAD and it's so detailed, you can't mess up. Like again, I messed up, like you guys were earlier, I messed up on the belt. Like I literally forgot to put the belt in, had to pull out the pin to put it back in. So little things like that are easy to miss out with this build. the tolerance is very tight with certain things. If things are not in place correctly, you have to pull off the whole thing just to put it back again together. So I would say right now, comparing it to a building of Voron and this, Voron is easier to build, no lie. Like super, super easy. This thing is very detail orientated, very meticulous putting this together. So I can tell you that right off the rip. Like this is definitely one that if you want to challenge yourself to build it, this is the printer to get. Voron to me now is easy to build. VZ super easy to build. Like those things are like, I can build those day and night. This thing is new to me, so right now it's like yeah, it's kicking my ass, I'm being honest. This is totally different. So much details to follow. So, but I feel like once I build this once I build it and put it all together and everything is working, all that experience, I could definitely build it a second time without much of an issue. But yeah, just doing it the first time is definitely different for sure. So I just want to share that with y'all. Thank you, man. I use a bunch of image with ambient. I've tried a few different images and it's the only one that flashed properly. All right, I have a link. Let me share a link with you. Let me see if I can post that in the link for you, because I have a link. Try this here. Try these guys here. Try this link. I'm gonna send it to you. Try the link right there, Nuno. See if I can get to your questions here. If you have any questions. LT sub, iFan bus number that your device on G1 bus. Okay. I'm trying to figure to show how to print this printer with no enclosure anyway. I use texture PI fix, but not the screen version. Liquid stick. Okay, all right. I'll check that out. AI. So I printed all my parts including scripts. Nice, nice. Without any enclosure, that's impressive. Let me see if I can find an example. You have a large colorful box, something that you can fit your printer on there. I was printing Voron parts in a wooden box. That's funny, Nick. That's hilarious. Hey man, listen, however you gotta get the parts printed, man, I listen, I ain't hating, man. You just gotta print the parts the best way you can. But listen, I'm gonna throw some advertisement in there too. Now, I do print Voron parts for people, and I'm also gonna offer to print the ANNEX K3 part on my Etsy page. So if you guys want to help the channel that way too, like let me print, give my computer some work, because literally my printers are not working, not the computer, but my printers are just sitting there. So if you guys want my printer to start printing some stuff, I do offer to print parts for y'all. I'm just throwing it out there, all right? That money's gonna come right back into the channel to do other funkiness, but just throwing that out there. Great stuff, man. Looking forward to more. Great stream, good stuff. See y'all guys. All right, man. Axe Potatoes, see you on Thursday, buddy. I appreciate you, man. Absolutely. Ask Cowboy One. Hey, man. I appreciate you helping out Nuno and giving him some tips. Yeah, Golden Jaguar. What's it? Yeah, GoldenJaguar3D. That's my Facebook. You can message me there, or yeah, GoldenJaguar392. That's my Facebook. Maybe I'll post a link in there for you guys so you guys can actually there. But yeah, GoldenJaguar392 Facebook. Just hit me up there. And we'll chat. We'll chat it up and I'll help you out. Well, thank you. Typical. I also have a Discord. Let me throw my Discord out there. Y'all can hit me up too there. Let me just actually throw that out there too. We can definitely chat on Discord. This is my Discord name on Discord, so you guys can see it. There you go. So just hit me up on Discord too. We'll chat it up there as well. I use a Wham Bam pop-up enclosure to print my Voron Zero parts. Nice. I hear Wham Bam got some good stuff too. I hear their PEI and their PEX flex plate stuff is also good too. Heard some good things on that. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna get to this this little meeting that I have. But I really do appreciate you guys. Really do appreciate you guys watching. I know we just only got this done today, but on Thursday, I might extend the time a little bit further. So instead of just doing the 2 hour typically, I might go into the 3 because I do want to let you guys see the printer because you guys didn't see it. For those who didn't see it, look, the belt is ran. I ran the belt, so it's all ran. So Thursday, I kind of want to do a little bit more. So that means mounting this, maybe mounting the back piece here, this back portion, and then doing a little bit more on Thursday. So I'm gonna give myself about 3 hours, so about maybe till 8 o'clock, and try to see how much I can cram in that moment, see how much we can get done. Definitely I'm just anxious now to kind of get it done. So yeah, Thursday we'll do a little bit more. So, all right, guys. Make sure I didn't miss any question you guys have. All right, so that's it. So guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you guys in the next video. Like and share and subscribe. I really do appreciate you guys watching and viewing this, man. It's been awesome having you guys checking it out and just having company while doing this. And it's really nice to have people like-minded that likes to see 3D printer and just building different type of 3D printer. I'm tired of building Vorons. I do love Vorons, so I do love Vorons. Just wanted to build something different. So, but anyways, appreciate you guys. I'm heading out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.